Hey guys, welcome back to the Kool-Aid Podcast. Welcome back to another match reaction. Absolute insane finish to the Barcelona Celta Vigo match. Barcelona were down 2-0 for the majority of the game until the 80th minute mark. Barcelona were losing. But then Robert Lewandowski opened the goal scoring in the 81st minute, tied it up in the 85th, and Joao Cancelo, man of the match performance from Joao Cancelo. We're going to be talking about him in detail, but then he gets the winning goal to basically win us the game. But guys, if you guys want to join in and give your thoughts, comments, whatever, if you guys want to hop in as well and talk about the game, make sure to go on my Twitter page at Kool-Aid Podcast and just click on the link that I posted there. That way, you guys will be able to join and we'll be able to talk about the game as well. But guys, absolute insane game. Ter Stegen started in goal. Marcos Alonso, Christensen, Kunde, and Joao Cancelo in the back. As I said in my match preview, I mean in the watch along, I was actually surprised that Marcos Alonso started. I thought that Balde was going to play this game, and then it was going to be Kunde, who's been given a rest. And in the midfield, you had Gundogan or Romeo, Frankie de Jong. However, Frankie de Jong, he actually came off around the 36th minute. He picked up an injury. Hopefully, it isn't too serious. We have to see what the medical staff of the club says. He did appear to be limping off towards the end of the half. But then up top, you had Joao Felix, Lewandowski, and Ferran Torres starting in the attack. Now, we have to start simple and just say, hey, tonight's performance against Barcelona was not good whatsoever. It was very poor. Barcelona, for the majority of the game, were absolutely outplayed by Celta. That back five by Benitez, it worked perfectly. Benitez gave a tactical lesson to Xavi. Just like we all know how Barcelona, they struggle against low block teams. We can't break them down. We just can't create enough chances. And that was showcased once again in our performance against Celta de Vigo. I mean, Geza, he played an absolutely phenomenal game. However, due to Barcelona basically equalizing, that was it. It's not representative of the 6.9 match rating. I thought Bamba also played phenomenal for Celta Vigo. De La Torre, he played phenomenal. Larson, he actually opened the scoring. It was a poor clearance from Barcelona. Ter Stegen cleared it off. Kunde was trying to get in the tackle. Just some quick 1-2 play from Celta de Vigo, and they opened up the score. And it wasn't until, as I said, the 81st minute that Barcelona were able to equalize, because then Celta de Vigo, they sub in VISCA, and he makes it 2-0. It was just absolutely very poor defending for Barcelona. But explain Gavi in this match, bro. Gavi in this match, he started as, I would say, like a CDM. He came in for Frankie de Jong in the first half, and he actually played phenomenally well. He was actually the one who got the assist for Joao Cancelo's winning goal. I know some people would just like hate on Gavi, which I think is very unnecessary, because we have to think this is such an extremely young player, and he's doing so well. And on top of that, he was a player who got the assist for the winning goal. And I know at times he seemed a little bit rash. He did get a yellow card. He was booked for a challenge on Bamba, and then there was also another nutmeg that Bamba did on Gavi. But Gavi, he did his job. He was everywhere. He was pressing. But that's not everything to his game. He also adds so much more into that midfield. When you look at the defense, I thought Ter Stegen, it wasn't his best game. You could say that he did poor for that first goal. And then the second goal, you can't really blame him. And Iago Asbak's perfect ball to Duviscas. And it just, bottom right-hand corner, you can't really do anything. Just at times, it did feel that he could have done a little bit better. Marcos Alonso, I have no idea how he has a 7.1 match rating. And it wasn't a brilliant game for Marcos Alonso whatsoever. He was actually booked. No, he was brought off in the second half. He just, I the problem with Marcos Alonso is that he isn't a necessarily bad player. Just he doesn't offer anything. Marcos Alonso in this game, he didn't create any huge mistakes. Just he was very slow. He's very slow. He doesn't provide anything going forward. And when you're defending, since he is slow, he can't track back. And then Christensen is booked. because of the lack of cover from Marcos Alonso. But neither of the two goals are particularly his fault. Just once again, it makes it very difficult to have a fullback who can't provide anything in the left hand side. And then so Balde came on in the second half, but Marcos Alonso was actually replaced by Lamine Yamal. Barcelona started in the second half with the three center backs. It would Ronald Araujo came on, and you had Kunde go into the left, and it was Kunde, Christensen, and Araujo who came on. But now talking about Christensen, once again, I thought it was an okay performance. It wasn't one of his most brilliant of games. Kunde, I thought, was one of the better center backs of the day. But guys, we have to talk about Joao Cancelo. At the start of the game, Joao Cancelo, he was making some very poor passes, and he actually exposed Barcelona in two or three instances where he had just absolutely crossed the ball into the middle, and Bamba was able to take advantage. Just however, luckily, the Celta Vigo weren't able to capitalize on those errors. But Joao Cancelo got the assist for the second goal. Lewandowski finishing that as well. He's got the finishing goal. This is what a world-class fullback can bring to your team. When, for example, the team isn't playing well, you can have these moments of brilliance, this individual brilliance to basically bail you out in the critical stages. And all I can do is just applaud and praise Joao Cancelo for basically winning us this match, because he basically got the assist for the second goal across with a perfect Lewandowski shot to the bottom left hand corner, and then the assist, no, and the goal for the winner. Gundogan, I don't think it was a particularly great game from him either. I thought it was particularly all right. I thought that there were some very poor passes from him. He did try to basically make something happen. Just I wasn't there. It wasn't his game. Or Romeo, he did come off in the second half. He didn't he wasn't able to play that second half, but he had two instances with clear goal saving blocks. If it wasn't for Romeo and he makes those two blocks, Barcelona is going into the second half with a 3-0 deficit. It's that simple. Romeo was absolutely fantastic in the very limited time that he had. Just however, he did come off because Barcelona, they needed to go for a goal. When you're trying to be offensive, you're not going to be relying on Ormel. But guys, remember, if you guys want to join and give your thoughts onto the game, just go on my Twitter at Kool Podcast, and then you'll be able to click on the link, and that way you'll be able to join and also talk about the game. But Joao Felix, I thought it was a pretty average game from Joao Felix. He wasn't particularly brilliant. Just however, he did get the assist for the first goal. He gave a little lobbed pass to Robert Lewandowski, in which he was able to basically open up the goal scoring. Robert Lewandowski with an 8.8 match rating. Absolutely two huge goals from Robert Lewandowski. The first goal was not easy whatsoever to score. He basically chipped the keeper from an awkward position, and the second goal, it's a typical striker goal. Low ball cross. Robert Lewandowski puts it away in the bottom left-hand corner. And then finally, Ferran Torres, he did come off for Lamine Yamal. But as you guys can see, these were the substitutes that Barcelona were able, that Xavi and Barcelona were able to make. Rafinha, Balde, Ronald Araujo, and Lamine Yamal. But guys, just to wrap up my thoughts on the game as a whole, as I said, it wasn't a good performance from Barcelona. I'm not going to try to sugarcoat and just basically lie. It was a very, very bad performance. Just individual brilliance and Celta de Vigo crumbling due to fatigue and to the pressure of the occasion. They allowed Barcelona to come back, because as soon as Barcelona, they got that first goal, they mounted the pressure on Celta de Vigo, and they just made it impossible. And on top of that, the players were tired. It was very late into the game. And this is a difference in playing top level teams and mid-table teams. That's the difference between them. And so Barcelona, they end up in the weekend, as you guys can see, in first place. We have to await what Real Madrid do against Atletico Madrid tomorrow. Hopefully, we are able to see some drop points from Real Madrid. But if not, it's not the end of the world. But our next game is going to be in midweek. It's going to be against Mallorca away from home. We're going to need to do much better because tonight's performance, it wasn't convincing at all. But guys, what are your thoughts on the game? Let me know who impressed you. What are your thoughts on the match? But as always, guys, remember, like, subscribe, and comment.